Hi, fighters. How you doing? Travis Witherspoon, Carter Cow Capital, helping you fight for your financial freedom in the Forex market. I want to introduce something that I'm very excited to be able to talk about today, and that's our Fibonacci Fundamentals Master Course that we're going to end up posting out on our website and actually end up presenting to everyone in the live masses. I'm very excited about all of the information that I'm getting ready to go through over the next few minutes. Now, this is for somebody that's a beginner trader that's looking to be able to understand the fundamentals of Forex trading, or someone that's looking for that slight edge to be able to get started. And before we get started, like with anything else, anytime that you end up going through this, you want to understand that there involves risk. And what I'm going to end up saying is something that is quite frankly hypothetical, but has been a proven process. And I'm not telling you to either buy or sell. What I'm doing is providing you education so you can be able to learn how to be able to trade on your own behalf. Now, with that being said, like I ended up telling you before, my name is Travis Witherspoon. I'm the creator of Pathfinder Auto and the Precision Entry Point Trading System. And I'm a Forex trading specialist, meaning that what I end up doing is help people get started in trading and help them manage through their overall time within the Forex realm. Now, the one thing that we end up doing when we end up creating this process with our Forex Fibonacci style of trading, in which that's our foundational way of being able to trade. And we wanted to understand this. There's no guarantees in trading. The sooner that you accept that, the sooner that you can release your expectations and focus unconditionally on a proven process. Now, why do I think that the Fibonacci trading is a proven process? Well, it has research-driven analysis. The Fibonacci sequence has been recognized since 1202. It's been used outside of Forex trading. In nature and art, in physics, in music and everything else like that. The sequence has been used before. It's very simple and repeatable. When we end up going through the sequence, you can end up seeing that this number goes through infinity, and it's a profit generator because what it does is it pinpoints entry and exit areas that it leads to consistent trading, and consistent trading leads to consistent profits, and consistent profits leads to a healthy lifestyle. So we're going to go through the history of Fibonacci, this in general. Leonardo da Pisa de Fibonacci actually was a son of an Italian businessman, and he ended up learning this actual sequence through watching rabbits breed. And what he ended up figuring out was that the sum of the two previous numbers would end up being the next. So if we look at this sequence, you end up seeing 0 plus 1 will equal 1. 1 plus 1 will equal 2. 1 plus 2 will equal 3, and so on and so forth. You end up getting 5, 8. 13, 21, 34, 55, 89, 144, and 233. If you keep on running that same sequence, you can see that the numbers will always keep on moving and it will go up to infinity. So once again, that's just an example of how the sequence is basically explained. You use the two previous numbers to be able to get the sum of the next. Well, how does this work for trading? What we end up doing is we actually use this to be able to figure out ratios of Fibonacci retracements, and then after that, figure out what the actual extensions are. So what they actually do for us is actually provide potential U-turn areas and forecast where the price could potentially go. Now, some of the more common ratios that are using is the 23.6, the 38.2, the 61.8, and the 78.6. And these represent the prior move of a price that has been corrected after being able to make a rally or a drop. Now, what you can end up doing with these numbers is actually going back to the actual sequence that we started. And if you divide the number by 1, or you divide the number by the previous number, you would end up getting the golden ratio. The golden ratio is a special number that's equal to 1.618. And if you look at the inverse of that number, it ends up being 0.618, which is 61.8% of an overall move. So to give you an example of that, if we look at it, after you go past 21 and 13, you end up seeing 31 divided by 24 is 1.619. 55 divided by 34, you'll get 1.6176. If you round that up, you'll get 1.618. 89 divided by 55, 1.618. 144 divided by 89, 1.6179, which is basically 1.618. If you go all the way over to the right and look at all of the numbers on this side, all of them equal up to 1.618. So as traders, once we end up figuring out that information, we can be able to use that to be for our advantage to be able to predict where the market is going to end up dropping to. Then from there, one of my favorite retracement numbers is the 78.6 level, and that's the value. And what I mean by that is if you multiply 0.618 by 0.618, you end up getting 0.786 or 78.6. The reason why it's called the value is because it provides you low risk to high rewards in overall trading. Now, your overall goal in trading is to be able to make as much as you possibly can. But as an equity manager, you have to make sure that you end up doing that with limited risk. By being able to have and understand how Fibonacci trading is being used, you can understand that if the price ends up going below the safe haven position, which is the 38.2 position, you're actually in a position to where you know that you're going to end up getting a solid trade. If you end up seeing that it doesn't go beyond 38.2 and it equals up to the short position, you may end up knowing that the market is going to end up moving to a different area. Or if you end up going from there, you can see how well the market is going to end up retracing up to a new high based off of that level. And it's really based off of ABCDs of actual trading. Now, the Fibonacci ascension levels forecast where price is going to end up projecting after the AB boundary is actually broken. What I mean by that is this. If we look at our actual retracement numbers, 38.2%, 50%, 61.8%, you can see that it extends out to the 1.618. Anything below that, the 78.6, extends out to the 127% of it. 86% of it, you end up getting 118%. What does that mean? If we look at a ABCD actual swing, by being able to understand where the market ends up retracing to, we can know exactly where the market is going to end up extending to a high probability, and it makes it a easier trade to be able to take by being able to have the confidence to know where the market is going to end up going. So it happens in an uptrend and it happens in a downtrend because the market moves up and down. Now, there's temporary pauses that actually end up happening in the market as well. But by being able to see where that last temporary pause was, you can be able to figure out where the market's going to end up going. Let's take a look at an example real quick. On this chart, we can end up seeing that the market ended up rallying from 71.56 to 77.46, creating that AB boundary. From there, it actually ended up retracing to the 61.8 level or the golden retracement. And you look at the numbers, green goes with green, so it extended up to the 1.618. Now, this is something that happens all the time on different charts and on all different time frames. By being able to have this confidence and being able to see that it retraces and extends up to these certain numbers will make you a more confident trader in general. Now, let's talk about our overall trading strategy. What you'll learn from us about being able to take the Fibonacci Fundamentals Master course is to how to accurately plot Fibonacci retracements and extensions on the charts and determine the trading zone and style of trading that is necessary to safely maximize profits while minimizing losses, doing it the Carter Cow Capital way. What you'll learn from this strategy is you'll get a breakdown of the strategy with the actual book, videos, and live trading. You'll end up getting a copy of my ranking system, being able to tell you how should you rank these actual trades, because there's 5 different ways to be able to rank these actual trades, which allows you to be able to save time on looking at some of the 28 pairs that we end up talking about and really focus in on certain pairs and certain setups. You'll end up getting 2 months of ongoing mentorship to where we end up helping you out from day 1 to the end of the 60th day, so you can be able to have as much confidence as you can in being able to trade. And then after that, you'll end up getting discounts on future projects like the Synergy Auto, in which we're going to end up talking about in a second. Now, one of the packages you will end up seeing on the website, if you're interested in being able to buy, is our Synergy Automated Trading. This is a fully automated system that focuses in on stochastics to be able to get you into the best position of being able to buy low and sell high, or sell high and buy low, and do it with very effective confidence, going out through large pips and large swings within the market. What you'll end up receiving, if you decide to be able to go with that package, is that you'll end up receiving one fully optimized set file that has been proven, and you'll end up getting the data that actually goes along with that to be able to show you that this set actually ends up working. Now, originally, this cost of being able to do this is $799. What we're doing right now is that we're going to end up selling it for $499, and that's a limited time offer. By being able to have all of this stuff that's included in there, I think that is an actual steal of the overall value. If you're interested in being able to learn how you can be able to purchase it, or just being able to communicate with us, all you have to do is go to any of our social media accounts, which is the Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or Instagram. All of the links are basically down right there. Or if you're interested in purchasing right now or going to the website, you can go to cartercowcapital.com/Fibonacci Fundamentals to be able to get more information and to purchase on the actual site.